Yes, Sanmitra. Could you elaborate your question, please?
Yes, yes. So what I'm saying is now if let's say the admin and finance is created,
Hmm.
sorry, are connected, and then HR and admin are connected, then HR and finance can't speak unless they both are connected too, right? Now over
Is it my
here we would have
requirement?
connected.
Is it my requirement for HR and finance to talk to each other?
No, no, but just an example
Hmm.
to explain my question better.
Hmm.
And over here we've connected all of these VNets to the Hussein VNet Hubnet.
Hmm.
And then that is what we are using to connect to this thing PwC audit.
Hmm.
Now they will still be able to access the other VNet. So what I'm trying to understand here is since it's not this thing, so is it how hub and spoke works? Because I'm sorry, I haven't this thing had a chance to
No, no, no. Your
uh,
question is perfect. I
cover.
mean, if no one would have asked this question, then I would have asked you guys that why didn't you ask this question? It's
Okay.
I mean, a perfect and valid question. I mean, this uh, gives me a hope that okay, you guys are understanding something. Nothing wrong with your question. Nothing wrong with your question. I'm just trying to ask you to elaborate it so I understand more that what you are in which direction you are thinking. The question is perfect, but first thing we need to understand what is our requirement. Okay, what is our need? Our need or our requirement, our business requirement is not that HR VNet should speak to admin VNet or admin should speak to finance or legal should speak to. In fact, on contrary, this is our one of the conditions that whenever I do this mixture, these should not talk to each other. PwC can talk to these one, but these VNets they still cannot talk to each other. You got the requirement correctly, Samitra? Is it clear? I'm coming
Yes,
to your
yes.
question. Okay, that is not yet answered. I'm coming to that. First, are you
Okay.
clear with the business requirement? Business requirement is it is still that the PwC audit partner, their VPC virtual private cloud they call it VNet in AWS. Their VPC from AWS should be able to talk to all these, but my condition is still same. These VNets should not talk to each other. If that wasn't my condition, I would have simply connect all to each other. Are you getting my point? If that wasn't my condition, I'll just replicate it very quickly, very small. Okay. If that wasn't my condition, what I would have done, I would have connected these two, these two, these two. This is, this one, this one, this one. This is called mesh topology. Whoever has done some networking concept, they will, those will understand mesh topology. I could have done that this easily, and I could have connected this here. Your question is still unanswered, Sanmitra. I'm coming to that. Okay. It is not transitive by default, I said. Okay. By default, it is not transitive. We'll do something about that. But I could have done this also. इसको transitive कैसे करना है वो तो हमको यहाँ पर भी करना पड़ेगा and that I'll have to do here also. But if my condition was if this condition was not there that these subnets should not these VNets should not talk to each other, but they should all talk to PwC. If that wasn't the condition, I would have done this solution. By the way, what is wrong in this solution? Let's say if even if this is not the condition, company is saying or management is saying, I don't care whether admin and HR they talk to each other, they don't talk to each other, I don't mind. It's internal company, I'm fine with it. I just want you to set up a connection with PwC audit partner. All VNets should be connected to them. So which one would you select and why? The first one, hub and spoke, or the mesh one? Yes, guys, quickly. Yes,
Uh,
Hussein, what would you select?
I would select hub and spoke, because
Why?
if we select because it is easy for networking. We are just connecting audit partner to one particular network, and
Here
in
also you're
backend
connecting
all
to
the
only
others
one.
are connected.
See, this one is also you're connecting to one. I'm not saying you connect PwC with every VNet. You connect to one, and again you leverage this connection, which is the interconnection between VNet, similar to hub and spoke. The same thing you're doing here. Hub and spoke is
But
nothing,
lot
guys.
of
It's again VNet
configuration,
peering. Huh? Sorry, what was that?
but lot of configuration is required in mesh
Exactly,
as
exactly. That
compared
is the
to.
only difference we have, guys. Hub and spoke is nothing but your VNet pairing. But why we are not going with this mesh topology? Highly chances that you can goof up, because in our training we hardly have 2 or 3 VNet, but in real time you will have 100 VNets, 1000 VNets you will see, and you will definitely see these many VNets. Plus, there is a capacity, or there is a cap on VNet peering also. You cannot have unlimited VNet peering. You go and do a Google search the number, that what is the upper limit of VNet pairing. Keep that as your homework, and that could come as an interview question, right? So two drawbacks. It is one, it's highly you can say a mesh sort of network, that in the name itself is a mesh topology. There are highly chances that you can goof up और कोई किसी से connect होगा कुछ नहीं होगा. Second thing, there is a limit on VNet pairing which you will definitely cross when it comes to live environment. You will definitely cross. Maybe you will do this VNet pairings here, and tomorrow you will have another two or three more VNet, and your limit is over, and now you cannot do the VNet pairing to this one, or to this one, or to this one, or to this one. You won't be able to do that. Hence, we never ever go for this approach. Okay. So this is out of question. It is technically possible though, but we never talk about this in interview. We'll always talk about hub and spoke, latest technology, very clean and neat. So let's discuss hub and spoke. Hub and spoke is nothing, guys. It's your VNet pairing. Now this is one example I have given you. What could be the other example? Before I come to configuration, I just want to clear the business cases for hub and spoke, because you will have to speak this in your interview. Okay. Second case could be, guys, these are your VNets. Now, can you have Active Directory on all VNets? Now, forget the external one. Okay, I don't even care if there is some external auditor or not. Let's talk internally. Internally, can you have Active Directory on all VNet? Does it make any sense? Active Directory server, DNS server, file server, printer server. I mean, servers which are providing services to your internal machines. It doesn't make sense to have all of them in all VNets. So what I do, all these services like AD, services like DNS, services like DSCP, I deploy them in my hub VNet, and I connect all my spoke VNet to them so they can leverage the facility. This is my Active Directory. Sarmitra, are you getting it? I still remember your question. I'm coming back to that.
Yes, yes,
I want to
yes,
clear the
yes.
concept first. By the way, will your question apply here? In this scenario where the external, sorry guys, sorry. In this scenario where an external auditor is coming, and that auditor wants to connect to all our virtual networks using one virtual network. Samitra, your question valid. It is valid, right? That it is not transitive in nature, then how is it going to work? For a moment, forget there is some external anything. Just talk about the internal. I have these many virtual networks, and I want to share my internal services like Active Directory, DNS, DSCP. These services I want to share with my internal VNets. So the same question, will it apply here or will it not? I'm trying to understand if you got my business requirement here. What is my business requirement in my second situation, which I explained?
Sorry, could you repeat the question again?
You asked, that if I am having an external auditor or an external VNet connectivity, because from here I want to connect this PwC audit partner, they want to connect to all VNets, right? It's not only hub, it's not only hub VNet they are trying to connect. They're trying to connect to your HR VNet, admin VNet, finance VNet, right? So you asked a question that these are not transitive in nature, then how is it going to connect using the hub VNet? How is it going to connect to uh, spoke VNets, right? This is your question, that it is coming from here.
Yes, yes,
This is established, that is fine. But how is it going here? It is not transitive in nature. How is it going here? How is it going here, right? That is your question.
yes, yes.
That is my one business case. My another business case is, forget that there is some external auditor. I'm just uh, giving services to my internal VNet, services like Active Directory, DNS, DHCP, and I want all my VNets to access this. So does the same question apply here? My question is to you. Will your same question apply in the second condition also? What is our requirement in second condition?
So the requirement will be that all of these VNet should be able to access the services there on the hub net, VNet.
So does it matter if they are transitive or not in second scenario?
No, it does not, because the services are eventually on the hub VNet and all of them are connecting to it.
And they don't want to, we are not talking about a cross connectivity here. Is it clear,
Yes,
Hussein? To you, is it clear? The transitive part at least. That the second
yes.
condition I'm talking about, we are not bothered whether they're transitive or not. Because we're not uh, going to have a connection like this. We have a connection like this one, this direct, this direct. But in first scenario, we have a connection like this. We have a connection like this. I hope you guys can see my screen, right? When I say this, I'm drawing something and I'm explaining
Yes,
like this. Hence, here the question is valid that these are not transitive in nature, then how is it able to communicate? But in second scenario, you don't require the transitive nature. Is it clear, uh, Hussein? I hope it's clear to
yes,
Sanmitra,
yes,
to both of you, right? Okay, one more scenario. These are two
Yes.
scenarios, guys. This is something where I am hosting my own Azure. Okay, uh, I have my own tenant, I have my own subscription, I have my own engineers, and I'm coming to configuration later, guys. Maybe even if it is not today, that is fine. We'll do it tomorrow, next session, whenever. But I want you to understand the business cases very well. These are two conditions we discussed. The third condition is, guys, I was talking about that hosting option. That when I say Azure, I'm a small company. I can have my own subscription. I'm paying my own bill. I have my own engineer. They're taking care of it. Everything is sorted. A small company, it is fine. I'm a huge organization, a giant. I will have my own enterprise agreement. I won't even go for pay as you go or something. I will have my enterprise level agreement. I will have a team of engineers. I will have Microsoft. I will hire Microsoft to do my work, everything. But again, everything is in my control. The resources are being used only for me. In both cases, very small, I will do uh, alone. Giant, I'll do alone because I have those kind of resources. But a mid-level company who doesn't want to spend extra money on skill set, that my work or my job or my nature of business is maybe uh, creating boxes, creating food, creating it's a packaging company. I don't want to hire IT people. I don't want to hire cloud engineers. I mean the जितना मैं cloud पे नहीं pay कर रहा हूँ, that much I'll have to pay for my cloud engineers. So what do I do? I go to companies, those are called CSPs, cloud service providers. I go to companies like, example I can give in Pune, there's a company named Blaze Clan. Okay, and they do hiring also, guys. A lot of engineers they hire, and I will definitely try your resumes in Blaze Clan also. So Blaze Clan is one of the CPS company. Here it is, Blaze Clan Technology. The nature of business is they will host your services on cloud. They will assist you. They will tell you, okay, what is your business? This is your business. That is fine. You pay me a certain amount. let's say 1 lakh rupee a month, and I'll make sure that your services are up and running 24/7. Those are secured and everything is there. That is what Blaze Clan do. And there are a number of companies like this, guys. There are many MSPs. Okay. And these guys host the clouds for Bajaj also. The biggest client these guys have, it's Bajaj. Okay. So these guys will say, a CSP will say, okay, you give me this much of amount per month, and I will make sure that your all services are running up and running, and you have everything, the latest feature, firewall, and everything you have. I agree. Being a company, I agree. I don't want to hire cloud engineers because I don't have that expertise, right? If I want to have in-house engineers, I'll have to hire one director, one associate director of technology, one manager, then a huge team. I don't want to do that. It's better that I'm finding this deal better. I go and I pay to Blaze Clan. Okay, you handle my IT on Azure, do whatever you want. I want my services up and running. 99% is the SLA you're promising me. I will expect that. If it is lesser than S99, I will deduct some money from our, because it is our contract, right? Are you guys getting the following the business case?
Yes.
Ask me if you do not. Ask me to repeat, I'll do that. This is very important. Technical answers will help, but explaining business case, it has higher weightage, guys. Trust me on that. I take interviews, I've given many interviews, and we see interviews. You need to understand business first. Technically, we can teach you. Okay, so that is one concept. Now Blaze Clan, okay, that is done. Company XYZ came to Blaze Clan. Blaze Clan said, okay, you pay me 1 lakh, you go, fine, I'll handle you. Company ABC came to Blaze Clan. Company 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, 10 companies came to Blaze Clan. Now Blaze Clan is ready to start hosting their uh, resources on cloud. Now, what is the benefit for Blaze Clan is the Blaze Clan will think, okay, I've taken 1 lakh rupees from him, and he wants XYZ service. Let's say this is for an example, I'm using service. It's firewall. Azure Firewall is a service which applies at VNet level, virtual network level. Okay, guys, understand it very clearly. If you don't get it, ask me to repeat. Okay. Now, Blaze Clan has promised uh, to company ABC, company XYZ, UTK, Tsoft, to 10 companies that, okay, boss, I am going to give you Azure Firewall solution as a package. Wherever I host your 10 servers, I am going to give you Azure Firewall. And Azure Firewall is one of the costliest resources, guys. So Blaze Clan, if it starts having subscription, 10 subscription for those 10 companies, 10 VNet for those 10 companies, and then uh, 10 firewalls for those 10 companies, it is fine. Technically, it is fine. But then what Blaze Clan is earning out of it? Nothing. It is mostly taking money from company XYZ, paying to Azure. So Blaze Clan is not some charity firm. Why would they do it? So what they want to do it, they want to minimize the uh, resources or maximum optimization of resources. So what they will do now, say in this model, guys, in CSP model, the client which are coming, for example, XYZ company, ABC company, Tsoft company, they have no right to tell CSP how to host my subscription or how to host my servers. They leave it up to Blaze Clan completely. Only two things they will care about. One thing is, this is the SLA I should have. Data should not be compromised. SLA should be there, and your payment. They don't even see the Azure billing. They won't even ask for Azure billing. They will ask Blaze Clan billing. Blaze Clan will bill them. This is your billing, including my expertise, services, XYZ. This is what you use. This is your billing. They won't even ask for Azure billing. So now Blaze Clan as a company, what it will think, okay, I want to use Azure Firewall for 10 companies. So instead of creating 10 separate subscription, I will segregate these companies at VNet level. Now here we were talking about segregating departments because this was my own company. Okay, I was the only one. Hence I segregated departments here. But what will I do now as a company, as a Blaze Clan? I will segregate them as a VNet. That this is VNet for company 1, VNet for company 2, VNet for company 3, VNet for company 4, 5, 6, 7. And now I will have one hub VNet, and this is where I will have my Azure Firewall. Azure Firewall. This is where I will host my Azure Firewall. So all traffic which is coming from outside, it will come from a VNet which has Azure Firewall. So every traffic which is coming from internet, every traffic, I'll draw it here just for your understanding. Let's say this is my Azure Firewall. It is very costly resource, guys. I can have it separately on every VNet, but I don't want to do that. How will I save the money then? That is my business model, that I share the services, and any traffic which is coming from internet from here, it will not go to any company's VNet directly. It will go through my hub VNet. It will be filtered on Azure Firewall, and then I will divert the traffic. The diverting is your answer, Sanmitra, that it is not transitive in nature. Then how will they speak? We'll come to that again. I told you the configuration I am going to discuss, but business case is more important. So did you guys understand 3 scenarios? There could be n number of scenarios. These are the major scenarios. You could use any one of these in your interviews. That in which nature or in which business case, which situation you will use hub and spoke. So the moment they speak about hub and spoke, you'll have to explain hub and spoke, and you will have to say one of the business cases, that either there was some external auditor who wanted to access all VNets, hence you suggested hub and spoke and you deployed that. Or maybe as a CSP, you wanted to use Azure Firewall, and you deployed hub and spoke. Or maybe as a company, you just wanted to share your services of Active Directory, DNS, and DSCP, and there you deployed your hub and spoke. Is it clear, guys? Till here to everyone?
Yes.
So to save money, CSP does that. To have connectivity from external to all, companies do that. And to share services internally, companies will do that. Now, when I have Azure Firewall, okay, how will it help? The Azure Firewall. Using Firewall, I can define the route, that every traffic which is coming here, where should it go? Now, a traffic is coming from internet. What do you mean by that? It means it will have a destination, right? If I'm, what do you mean by traffic, by the way? It could be an RDP connection, it could be a website, it could be an email or anything. But all of these will have a destination address. If I'm trying to access some website from outside, or even these PwC guys, if they're trying to access, they want to access some finance documents, okay, some documents which are kept here under this finance VNet on one of the servers or one of the SharePoints. They want to access some document for audit purpose, which means they have a destination address sitting here at this computer. He or she will type an address, an IP address, or a DNS name. The moment they type that name, it goes from here, it comes here, and here we can configure the destination. The moment this see this hub network see the destination belong to finance, it will redirect the traffic. Similarly, if it sees the destination address belong to HR management, higher management, sorry, it will do the traffic here, similar to admin. So is it clear, Samitra? If it is not transitive, still how are we achieving it? We are creating our routes. We are defining the routes. We'll come to that topic. It is called user defined routes. But is it clear? The concept is clear that when it hits to
Yes.
hub VNet, we are configuring. We'll do that configuration. Maybe not in today's session. I think we won't have sufficient time. But is it clear that we are configuring that? with the help of destination address, because no request will come without destination address. Can you give me an example that can something come to your mind that it can come without destination address? I mean, it is fine. You see a VNet. There are 100 subnets under that VNet, and there are 1,000 servers. But can you say that those thousands or maybe 10,000s are without a destination address? No. Even if those are 10,000, 11,000, 20,000, all of them will have an address. And any request coming from here will come with that address. I mean, it will have the destination address. And the moment we know the destination address, it is easy for us to configure the traffic redirection. Is it clear, guys? Hussein, Samitra? Clear to
Yeah.
both of you?
Yes.
Okay. One more thing. Now, this is for incoming traffic. Okay. We can configure outgoing traffic also. I want, okay, now forget the audit thing. Forget the audit thing. I want every connection or every request which is going out of HR VNet. I want that to go from this network. There are two ways, guys. Okay, let's say this is my application. This is my application. Let me draw one. This is my application which is out of Azure network I'm talking about, guys. Okay, internet, maybe Google or something, anything. It is on internet. This is my application. It's on internet. Person sitting here in this VNet, in this subnet. And when I say, guys, a VNet is talking, a subnet is talking, I hope you understand. Ultimately, it is implied that virtual servers are talking. Can literally VNet talk to each other? Is there something in VNet to talk to each other? In VNet, we have subnet, but can subnets talk to each other? We configure it on VNet level, we configure it on subnet level. When we say companies are talking to each other, does it mean literally companies are talking? No. Company में कोई representative होता है, they are talking to each other. So here also, even if it is VNet, ultimately someone is talking. Those are resources. Could be VNet, could be database, could be your APIs, anything. So now my point here is that a user sitting on his computer is trying to access this application. Let's say we have some work with this application. It is our ERP application or anything. This is one way that directly from internet I can speak here to this internet. Google. I'll type Google, direct request will come here. This is one way. But I don't want that. I want the request should come. I don't want this one. What I want is a request come from my Spoke VNet. Spoke is just a category. The name of the VNet is HR VNet. From my HR VNet to my Hussein VNet. Hussein VNet is my hub category. So it should come like this. This is my requirement. This is my requirement that it should come to this VNet, and from this VNet it should go here. Is it clear, guys? Are you clear with the business requirement?
Yes.
This can also be achieved using our UDR. I don't think so we'll have sufficient time today to discuss user defined routes. But Sanmita, I hope you got your answer, right? Even if you're not able to explain, the only thing you have to say that yes, we can achieve this using UDR, user defined routes, that traffic coming from PWC virtual network, which is on AWS, traffic coming from there, how will you redirect it to destination, or traffic coming from internal VNet and I want to go through it using hub VNet. So how will you define that? It is called UDR, user defined route. We'll do that maybe tomorrow if we get time. Here it is. So there are two type of routing in Azure. One is which Azure makes it. You don't even care. The moment you create a virtual machine, you type google.com and you're directly able to open the google.com. That is your default route, system defined route. That is, this is one, the red one. But I don't want that. I want a user defined route, the green one which I'm talking about. Okay, so this is called user defined route. We'll do it tomorrow, user defined route and system defined route. So this is system route. A VM is directly going to internet, a VM is directly going to internet. A user defined route, a VM can go to several places and then go to internet. Okay, but my question here is, guys, we'll see the configuration tomorrow. The question here, why? At least this one is clear. Uh, internal traffic, Samitra, is it clear? Why will we require user defined routes? So it reaches to the
Yes.
destination properly. But for external, why? I mean, I'm achieving the same thing, right? If I go from here, it's same thing, or if I go from here, it is the same thing. Why would I need this user defined route? Yes, we have only 8 minutes left. Hussein, can you think of something? What could be the reason? What could be the business requirement? I'm telling you guys, technically, I will teach you tomorrow. We are going to have the configuration session. Fine. But business case and business understanding is more crucial. It has more weightage. If you can explain it in a business terms, your technical answers, even if it's 70-80% right, you will be hired for sure. We have hired people because we know we have technical team. We can teach them. You will learn that. You learn it by doing it. Business understanding is something I can't risk of teaching you. I want people who already have business understanding. So yes, guys, what could be the case here? Why would I want this?
Let's say for an example, we have some application, okay,
Hmm.
which can be accessed through that particular machine or that particular network.
Hmm.
Okay. So for that reason, we need to
Perfect.
define our
Perfect.
route.
Perfect, Hussein. I mean, one of the examples I was about to use. I mean, if this is the line of thinking you're keeping, guys, trust me that there's no stop for you. Perfect thinking. It could be 2-3 reasons, but this is one of them definitely. One is, again, we can take the CSP model, which I just explained, Sarmitra, right? Because my companies, my clients, 10 clients, I have told them that I will give you service where I will monitor your incoming and outgoing traffic. So I don't want my users to use internet, YouTube, maybe some specific site. So instead of hosting that here, what I'll do it at firewall level. Firewall can do it in a better way. Firewall is nothing, guys. I hope all of you remember NSG. What is our NSG? Using NSG, we can block some restriction traffics and etc. Firewall is very enhanced version. You will have 100 extra options compared to NSG. NSG is just a small basic feature of firewall. Firewall is very elaborated. So I want to control your traffic. That could be the way I want traffic to go from here. That could be one reason. Second reason is, yes, maybe there is some application maybe on internet or maybe with some third party. Okay, the PwC is auditing for me, so I am a client for PwC, but I am also a company, right? I also have some clients, and let's say that I have some client here, client XYZ. Client XYZ has said, okay, you guys can log into my this application and we will work together. My employees will work together and your employees will also work together. We are working on some project, but you don't have to come to my network completely. This is the one application where we can collaborate and work. But what he's saying, to access my application, I'm not going to whitelist all of your IPs. I'm not going to whitelist your 1,000 servers IP, which is there in this HR's VNet. I'm not going to whitelist 1,000 IPs, which are there in this higher management VNet. I'm not going to uh, whitelist these many IPs. You say, okay, fine, do one IP. Then you say, okay, I will whitelist only one IP, and then you give this IP address to them. So now when the traffic goes from here to here, so this XYZ application will always think the all traffic is coming from this destination. And using this method, you all will be able to access the application which has whitelisted only one IP. This could be the second example which Hussein just explained. And this is very normal and very basic practice which happen in live environment. So is it clear, guys, that why would you require internal routes and why would you require external routes? Why do you need hub and spoke model? Hub and spoke is nothing other than VNet pairing until we start defining routes. VNet pairing plus route define, it is hub and spoke. Is it clear, Sanmitra and others? Hussein? People who have joined late, maybe you will not understand. You will have to watch the video or read something. Watch first video also where we explained. But Sanmitra and Hussein, is it clear to you?
Yes.
Sanmitra, any questions? We have 4 minutes and today we will not be able to start UDR. Again, this is in isolation, Sanmitra. You're not going to understand it completely, Sanmitra and Hussein both, unless we do the UDR, user defined route. But today we don't have time. We almost created a lab also for UDR, but we'll do that tomorrow or next session maybe. Don't worry.
Okay.
So once we
What
do
time
the
are we
UDR,
planning to conduct?
tomorrow,
Yeah,
I'm
go on, go on.
thinking maybe 1 to 3 or 2 to 4. Same. Today I had my morning class was cancelled, hence I thought we can change the time. But tomorrow I have my classes, so.
As in, you are taking another batch of classes, or you are attending some other classes?
No, not the technical one. That's some other classes.
Acha.
So tomorrow we'll do the same thing, 2 to 4. Any questions here, guys? Hussein, do not delete anything from this. It is in your resource center. Let them be. I'm stopping them. Okay. Do not delete anything. Tomorrow we are going to use the same setup. This I created today to make you understand UDR, but most of the time was spent in hub and spoke. But hub and spoke you will completely understand, Sanmitra, when we do UDR. But I think the concept is clear now, right?
Yeah.
So any questions do you have? Anyone? 2 minutes are left.
No.
No question.
Okay, guys, I'll communicate the tomorrow's timing and okay, one thing, I selected these many machines. I clicked on stop. Will my public IP go or stay?
Only stop wouldn't go, but if you stop that deallocate, then it will lose a public IP.
If I stop from here, will it stop only or will it stop and deallocate? First, okay, let me come back to first question then. When will it stop and when will it stop and deallocated? Only 1 minute is left. Okay. So if I log into server and shut it down from OS level, it will show stop. If I stop it from here, it is stop and deallocated. See, it has already changed. But my question is, even if it is stop and deallocated, will my public IP go? And don't look at this. This one I have kept it purposely. I keep this permanent IP. The UT-Kloud DC. This is my domain controller. So I keep IP talking about these 3 machines.
I've tried this. I have tried this, and the public IP doesn't go. It stays as it is.
Right. But when you go to a machine individually, and when you stop, it gives you an option to remove public IP. Hussein, can you remove these 3 or remove all 4 public IPs? Okay, I don't want to pay for public IPs extra. We hardly have balance for this month, 841 rupees. So at least I want to save it for tomorrow's session.
Okay.
Will you be able to do that, Hussein?
Remove it in? Yeah, but can I remove it in 5 to 6 minutes?
Yeah, whenever you want. I can do that just for your practice. Do it. If not, just ping me. I'll do
Okay,
that.
I will do it. I'll do it.
Remove
But
for all
just
of
give
them.
me like.
Okay. Okay, guys. See you tomorrow. I'll communicate the time. Most probably 2 to 4. But still, if there are any changes, I'll communicate that time.
Cool.
Okay. Bye.
Thanks. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.